I'm Amy Cervini.
I'm Hilary Gardner.
And I'm Melissa Stylianou.
And we are Duchess.
I had sung with both Melissa and Hilary in the past, and I have this residency at the 55 Bar, and I was looking for something new to do. And my husband, Oded Lev-Ari, suggested perhaps getting together with the two of them and coming up with doing some stock arrangements or old Andrew Sisters charts. And so I called them up, and they were into it, and it ended up going extremely well, and we decided that this was something we should follow up on.
Amy and I have called 55 Bar our musical home, I think, for a couple of years. Doing that first gig really cemented that in our mind as a really safe place for us to hone our craft, as well as just, feel free to get silly and loose, which is something we're really good at, I think. And I believe that the environment at 55 Bar had a lot to do with that.
Duchess has had the chance to take our music on the road a couple of times, which is unusual for a group as new as ours, but we were invited to take part in the Route 66 Linear Music Festival, where we were backed by Cabe, a really wonderful Western swing group from Los Angeles, and we performed in several venues throughout Oklahoma along Route 66. And then we also flew down to New Orleans last October to participate in a celebration of the Boswell sisters, who were pretty legendary and definitely kind of started what we think of as three-part vocal harmony in the jazz world. I think what Duchess finds so inspiring about the Boswell sisters is their quirkiness and their almost instrumental sensibility. They were all really, really skilled jazz musicians, and they were great singers, and they were also all related, so they were really coming at the music in a way that felt like they were connected, singing from one brain. But they sang some really funny songs, and they really seemed to have this kind of wild, freewheeling good time with what they did, without it really being too campy.
We're very lucky to have some of New York's finest musicians on this record. The album was produced and arranged by Oded Lev-Ari. Michael Cabe is playing piano, Jesse Lewis on guitar, Jeff Lederer on saxophones, Paul Sikivie on bass, and Matt Wilson on the drums. One of the great things about this band is that they all came into the studio with the same attitude that we did. We were coming in to have fun and make great music, and all of these guys were on board for that journey. They were contributing musically in a way that was surprising and not sort of just going through the motions.
At 55 Bar, we do the early set. That was our residency. We used to do the 7 to 9 show, and then the next band comes on at 10. So often the musicians who are playing after us are hanging out listening. And I was at the bar, and the leader of the next group, who's a vibes player, he came up to me after the performance and said, "I know how sophisticated what you're doing is musically, and the audience is just having such a fabulous time. And that is what's really special about the group." And I mean, he hit the nail right on the head. That's what we're all about. It made me so happy to hear that.
From the beginning, it was really sort of easy in terms of blend and musicianship, and so it made it possible for us to just have a great time and concentrate on, telling a story. We're constantly laughing and making each other laugh and making the band laugh and making the audience laugh, and it's really the best time I've ever had on stage.